Seminoles facing Clemson, opener of the Atlantic Coast Conference Tournament. First half, game tied at 13. Off the missed shot, and Thornton there for, oh my goodness, 15-13 FSU. Second half, Clemson down 3. Vernon Hamilton driving the high arcing floater. Clemson within 1, Hamilton at 13. Just under 12 seconds left. We're tied at 66. Shot clock is off. Backcourt violation. FSU ball.
Don't even get a shot.
Not even a one. 5 seconds left to regulation. Thornton penetrates and fouled by Trevor Booker, or is he? Doug?
This is just an awful call. Let the kids decide it. Remember, it's a tie game. Booker already had 4 block shots. That's a bad, bad call.
Oliver Purnell doesn't like it. Thornton would miss the first free throw and knock down the second. FSU would take it. Thornton finished with 25 points and 11 boards. So with the win.
That's Syracuse. Had lost their one meeting with the Irish in January, though. Early in the first half, Terrence Roberts inside. He had 20 rebounds in this game. Later in the first, more Syracuse. Darrell Watkins with the shot digger.
Watkins gets to the go, but he was in foul trouble most of the game. We'll tell you why a little bit later. They needed him, but he wasn't there when it counted.
Colin Falls, 4-3. Notre Dame battles back, gets within 2. Now we go to Demetrius Nichols, leading Big East score, held in check digger.
Yeah, he didn't play well in the first half. He came back in the second half, gets the big points, ends up with 17 big ones, and guess what? In the second half,
Missing the 3, that's Russell Carter. Syracuse 5 for 24 from 3. Here's your guy, Luke Herringody.
This is the difference maker for Notre Dame. Really playing well. 20 points, 11 rebounds. The freshman is now a sophomore because he's played a season.
And here's Paul Harris. Well, up and in. Syracuse getting closer within 4 here. It's a 6-point game. Colin Falls.
Automatic. 11 threes for the Irish today. 11.
Notre Dame dethrones Syracuse, snaps an 8-game winning streak. College basketball now, tournament action. Maryland winning 7 straight, going into the ACC tournament, facing Miami, a team that beat them in January. On the break, James Dews hits the 3. Miami up by 12. They had to be up by 13 at the half. Gary Williams had his team change shoes. Hoped it would spark a comeback.
Money. It's got to be the shoes.
Kind of did. Then, getting go. Look out!
Oh!
James Gist. Oh, no. There's a poster in there somewhere.
Gotta give me some of those shoes.
Less than 30 seconds to go. In the lane, DJ Starbury. No, Gist is there. He's out of control. Shoes work for him. Maryland within 1. Less than 12 seconds to go. Maryland, though, down 3. The 3 won't go. The rebound, shucked up, won't go. And Miami hangs on, pulls off the upset, 67-62.
Number 1 seed Georgetown facing Villanova in the quarterfinals of the Big East tournament. Patrick Ewing in the crowd watching his son, P.E. Jr. plays for G-Town. Ed Pinckney, assistant coach for Villanova. Let us flash back to the '85 championship game. Pinckney and Villanova upsetting Ewing and the Hoyas for the national title. Pinckney, the most outstanding player, 16 points, 6 rebounds. Back to today. First half, Villanova down 7-zip. Dante Cunningham missing the turnaround J. Now we're down 12-0. Scotty Reynolds driving, spins, and he misses. Villanova shot 27.3% from the field the first half. 85 championship, they shot 78.6 for the game. Final 4 record. Still first half. Jonathan Wallace to Mr. Hibbert, and he finishes with that. Villanova coach Jay Wright doesn't like what he sees. Gets a tech for complaining to the officials. Next G-Town possession. After the technical foul, Jeff Green going to pass inside to Hibbert, who says, hey, Coach Wright, how you like that? Hoyas up 22. Second half we go. Villanova down 13. Scotty Reynolds gets the pass. Nice fake. Then 3 up, 3 down. Deficit now 10. Nova coming back. In the end, G-Town a bit too much. Hibbert down the lane, kicking it to Wallace. That's an easy one. Hoyas up 13. They're going to win 62-57 over Villanova. SEC tourney underway. Alabama and Kentucky first half. Kentucky leads 22-21. Ramel Bradley throwing down court to Randolph Morris. That's easy. 24-21 Kentucky. A 13-0 run. Morris at 17-11 on the day. Late first half. Phil Carter, nice baseline drive. Crawford finished with 16 points, 35-27 Kentucky at the half. Second half, off the screen, Ramel Bradley. 3 up, 3 down. Kentucky up 10. Bradley finished with 17. 14-point Kentucky lead. And Jody Meeks on the steal and taking it the distance. He finished with 12. 2 very emphatic ones right there. And Kentucky takes the game 79-67.
South Carolina and Arkansas. Stan Heath there looking on in the second half. His Arkansas team up by 5. Michael Washington inside. Good look. Good pass inside. And Arkansas up by 7. Now Arkansas up 20. The miss off the 3. Sonny Weems working for the ball. A knock back.
Beverly for 3.
Then Patrick Beverly misses the 3. Gets knocked back again.
5.
The same possession. Finally, the rebound inside. No, that won't go. And it's still alive. And now finally throw it back up and in. 6 offensive boards for Arkansas on that possession. They win easily, 82-52. Arkansas.
Aaron Brooks in Oregon playing Arizona in the Pac-10 tourney. First half, Brooks playing some great defense. We're going to illustrate this. Brooks is 6 feet. Ivan Radinovich is 6'10". Shades of Nate Robinson, Yao Ming.
Oh.
Get it out of here, big man. Look at it again. Oh, and pins it on the board. Oh, my. Late in the first half, Ducks up 5. Brooks in the wing. 16 points with 4-6 shooting from 3 in the first half, finished with 16. Second half, fellow Duck Juwan Porter is going to heat up from long range. Oregon up 9. Porter nailing the 3, falling down. Ducks up 12. Later, the Ducks just pulling away. Off the fast break, Porter says, I'm not going in. I got this from out here. Porter had 21 in the game on 5 of 6 shooting from deep. Oregon takes it 69-50.
WAC quarterfinals. Number 10 Nevada versus 4-26 Idaho.
Uh-oh.
Yikes. A rough quarterfinal matchup. Marcellus Kemp knocking them down. Just warming up for the rest of the tourney. From way deep, Kemp 10 of Nevada's first 22. Kemp finished with 17. Later in the first, Nick Fazekas gets the board, outlet Brandon Fields. It's 47-24. It's not close. Fazekas, 3-time WAC Player of the Year, would have this runner, and it's all Nevada. 88-56. They cruise in the quarters.
He's in double digits with
The Big Ten now Northwestern and Michigan State. Drew Neitzel, Michigan State, the first round, and then Neitzel from 3. Neitzel 4 for 4 from 3 in the first half. It's a 9-point game at the half. Second half, Neitzel steps back and knocks it down. He had 20. A few minutes later, it's a 7-point game. Neitzel to Raymar Morgan. Morgan with 15 points. Less than a minute to go. Down 6. Wildcats are Craig Moore. Nails it, and it's a 3-point game. Under 20 seconds to go. Goran Sutan shoots the air ball. Wouldn't go. The rebound thrown away. The Spartans escape. Final 62-57. Michigan State improves to 22-10 on the season. Could be safely inside that bubble NCAA tournament and get into the big dance. The Spartans have an RPI of 23 and the 10th toughest schedule in the nation and have wins against Wisconsin and Texas.
More Big Ten. Tommy Amaker in Michigan taking on Minnesota. First half, Minnesota up 12-7. Lester Abrams going to drive the lane. Oh, rejected by Jonathan Williams. Michigan led 2016 after a cold shooting first half, shot just over 27% for the game. Now, early second half, Michigan up 3. Watch Dan Coleman in the paint, leaving his man, double teaming Courtney Sims in the post. Sims is able to find Brett Petway. Hello, no one's guarding me. Hello. 26-21 Michigan. Next possession, Lester Abrams watching Coleman again with the double team and passing to Jarrett Smith. Hey, no one's guarding me either. 3 up, 3 down, 29-21 Michigan. 8:40 left in the game. Michigan up 38-27. Courtney Sims missing the post, but Sean Sims is there for the tip in, and they advance to meet Ohio State. Texas Tech, Colorado, Bob Knight, first round, Big 12 tourney, 5:30 left, second half, Colorado down 6. Richard Roby, 3 from the wing, cuts the lead to 3. Next Tech possession, Alan Bosco penetrates Martin Zeno baseline, takes the bump, hit it, land. Foul shot made it 69-63. Zeno scored 13 in Tech's last 15 under 2 minutes left. Jarius Jackson finding Zeno. 76-67, Texas Tech, they're going to win 81-71.
Big 12, Oklahoma and Iowa State. Keep it going in the first round here. Michael Neal of Oklahoma sitting this one out with the flu. Guard averages about 10 points per game here. Nicely done. Mike Taylor to Wesley Johnson, Iowa State within 4. Less than 5 minutes to go. Mike Taylor went strong. Iowa State up by 1. Less than 3 minutes to go. David Godbold from deep nails the 3. Oklahoma up by 4. They go on to win at 68-63, snapping a 6-game losing streak. So Oklahoma advances to take on top-seeded Kansas in the quarterfinals.
Bruce Weber and the Fighting Illini have won 16 straight at the United Center, taking on Penn State, first round Big Ten tourney. First half, Illinois up 4 off the turnover. Chester Frazier, coast to coast. Illinois up 6. Second half, up 11 now. Frazier thievery. Give me that. Thanks. All the way. Laying it up. End of a 14-3 run for Illinois. Illini up 13. Still second half. Penn State down 11, trying to make a push. Mike Walker, deep three from Happy Valley. Nittany Lions down 8 at that point. Late second half, Penn State down 59-55. Jamel Corley with the bucket inside. Penn State within 2. Next Illinois possession, Warren Carter entry pass to Sean Pruitt. Oh, that's nice. It's over 66-60. Illinois holding on.
Georgia Tech, Wake Forest, team split during the regular season run. Under 20 seconds left. Georgia Tech down 2. Javaris Crittenden, all freshman, tied it at 82. 79% free throw shooter. 13 seconds left.
Oh.
I am Iron Man. Wake off the rebound. Ishmael Smith. He had a good game, but this was not a play he wants to remember. And here comes Georgia Tech the other way. Mario West. No. Teams combined to miss 30 free throws in this game. We're going to overtime. 7 seconds left in OT. Georgia Tech down 3. Anthony Morrow, 4 of 6 from distance. And that's one of the 4. This game is tied at 99. He had 20. Time for Wake to end it. Harvey Hale, Wake, 16 of 23 from distance. That's not one of them. We head to a second overtime. Hale, 21 of his 22 points come in the overtimes. Here he ties it at 111. His performance was Herculean, said Coach Prosser. He could have said Thor-like. Hale again! And Wake up 3, 4 seconds left. Georgia Tech down 2. Thaddeus Young, he needs to miss the second free throw here. He does! And look at the shot that Morrow gets. And we're going to go to triple overtime. Oh, no, we're not. Wake Forest wins it 114-112 in double OT. Pac-10 tourney top seed figured to be golden against Cal, a team that had to beat Oregon State for the right to be sacrificed against the Bruins. Oh, not so fast. Ryan Anderson. Cal up 9. That won't last, right? Anderson had 18. Allende Ubaka, three-pointer right there. 23-5 run by Cal. They led by as many as 16, led by 12 at the half, but it's not going to last, right? Second half, Darren Collison, he misses the freebie. Luke Richard Mbamute gathers the spill. UCLA down just 5. And then Patrick Christopher's pass stolen on the ensuing Cal possession by Collison. A 20-4 run by UCLA to begin the second half. They're up 3, and we told you Cal's run would not last. Under 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Aaron Aflalo. Demba Mute, who had 13. UCLA's got the lead. Then under a minute left. Cal down 3. Ubaka freezes Lorenzo Mata, hits the 3. This game is tied. Cal won't go away. Neither will UCLA. Collison through the defense. Just 5 of 15, had 20 points, but UCLA's back up. All's right in the world, right? Well, here comes Cal. Ubaka crosses up Aflalo. Said his game mirrors Steve Nash. Well, that looked very Nash-like. Game tied. 6 seconds left, and this is not the play Ben Howland wanted. Collison, deep 3 for the comeback win. Come back for more. We're going to overtime. First UCLA possession of extras. Aflalo, he's the Pac-10 Player of the Year. This is his only field goal in the game. 1 of 7, ended his streak of 29 games in double figures, but UCLA's up 2. And then it's that Ubaka guy again. Layup off the glass, and Cal has got the lead, and they're not going to give it back. Ubaka, he also said he mirrors his game after Chauncey Billups. Who do you think you are? Mr. Big Shot? Ubaka then goes Jordan-like, sticks the tongue out, and it's nothing but a bad taste in the mouth for UCLA and Aaron Aflalo afterwards.
It was horrible. It's probably the worst game of my career, and considering the stage and the stakes of the game, it couldn't come at a worse time.
Ubaka with 29, Cal in a shocker, beats UCLA by 7 in OT. Doug Gottlieb, what can you add to that?
Let's stay with the theme of overtime Thursday. That's Anthony Goods, a chance to make it a 2-possession game for Stanford. He's a 75% free throw shooter, misses the first, and he will miss the second. Stanford had an 11-point lead at the half in this one. The men of Troy fighting back. 14 seconds. Nick Young, been one of their best players throughout. Bottoms ties the game at 69. He had 22. Anthony Goods blocked by Taj Gibson. Lawrence Hill to win new. What else? It's overtime, and under a minute to go in overtime, the Trojans up 1. Lodrick Stewart. Speaking of strange to see Aflalo have only one bucket, that's the only bucket Stewart had USC's up 3, and then Gabe Pruitt steps into the passing lane and fight on indeed. They win this one in overtime. USC knocking off Stanford. SEC tournaments, they are a 7 seed this year, taking on NC State, the 10 without Gerald Henderson, of course, suspended for that flagrant foul on Tyler Hansborough. Engine number 9, Engine Atzor hits for 21, and the Wolfpack take a 2-point lead. But after a timeout, Duke runs a nice play for DeMarcus Nelson, who ties things up at 70. He finished with 17. Then it's Brandon Costner, the great-looking freshman, had a career-high 30, but doesn't hit there. Great hustle to get a good look for Atzor, the 3-point marksman. No, Gavin Grant gets it, misses, but the timeout was called by Sidney Lowe with 3.3 on the clock. So off the inbounds, Courtney Fells, a good look, and Atzor with the tip. It goes begging, and so we go, of course, to overtime. In overtime, Josh McRoberts, just look out. That is a nasty throwdown. He finished with 17. NC State lead is 1, but Ben McCauley was unreal inside. Bucket 15. State shoots 61%. Duke's lost 3 straight games. Ranked Big East teams in this one. Dominique James and Marquette swept Pittsburgh, and here Levance Fields tries to go alley-oop, and little fella, James, with the big bounce. Check out one more look at this one at James. Fantastic article about this kid in one of the recent ESPN magazines. Apparently, he's just a remarkable young man. Also, a good ball player. Under 5 seconds to go in the first. There he is, James, 2 of his 16, but Marquette down 3 at the half. Aaron Gray would assert himself in the second half. Pittsburgh up 3, and Gray battling for the offensive rebound and gets the putback. Pittsburgh shot better than 50%. That's generally their prescription. They tend to shoot it pretty well. Gray had 22. Field shot clock winding down. Off glass, 3 of his 13. Pittsburgh up 10, and then Ronald Ramon with the steal finds Mike Cook in transition for the easy layup. Pittsburgh had it basically their way for the last 15 minutes or so, and they win this one fairly easily on the day, Neil, when no one won games easily.
Yeah, and here we go again. West Virginia with the Big East tournament record, 17 threes in Wednesday's win against Providence. What kind of firepower will the Mountaineers have against Rick Pitino's Louisville club? Well, they better had reserves in the tank because they were down 17 in the second. You saw Deshaun Butler hit the 3. Then you saw him, well, cut there and get the feed from Frank Young, and then D. Nichols. He's going to get the left. 18-0 run, and West Virginia has got the lead. Final 9 seconds. The game is tied. It's Nichols. The game is untied. Louisville doesn't call a timeout. Edgar Sosa, native New Yorker. Just a fabulous play was what Coach Pitino said about that afterwards, and not so fabulous if you're Coach Beilein. Take another look. Now, if you have a whistle and the proper credentials, what call would you make? Right there.
Wow, that's like a first down.
Well, it's like the NBA is what it is. Well, we go to overtime regardless. Under 5 seconds. Louisville going for the win. Terrence Williams, he had 21. Those are not 2 of the 21, and guess what? We've got double OT at Madison Square. That's right, Coach! Cardinals up 2. Andrew McGee to Earl Clark. He had 17. It was all Louisville in the second OT. They had lost 9 straight at the Garden. Clark again, and Rick Pitino's club wins it 82-71 in double OT. Oklahoma State entering the conference tournament running on fumes. Nebraska bringing an even emptier tank to the opening round. Cowboys held Nebraska without a field goal for almost 10 minutes of the opening half. Mario Bogan, the interception, then Byron Eaton, the quick hands, 12 steals, 23 Nebraska turnovers, and those leave the points. Eaton to Marcus Dove. Oh, when Doves fly, this is what happens. Oklahoma State 30-19 at the half, and then Terrell Harris, loose ball. Eaton finds David Mons. Nebraska sets a new record for the fewest points in the first round of a Big 12 tournament game, 54-39. Your final. Oklahoma State gets Texas A&M next. We go to the bracket. Oklahoma advances. They get Kansas in the quarters.
Coach there with the Dunk Kentucky wins. Wild game with Tennessee and LSU. LSU had a 5-point lead late, and that tip-in right there by Chris Lofton ties it at 64. Check out Garrett Temple. Bucket and the foul, right? Now, they call an offensive foul, and John Brady is as mad as a cut snake. He was so angry, he thought his brain was going to come out his nose, but they go to overtime, and Big Baby Davis had his coach's back. He had 25, and that might hurt Tennessee's seeding as LSU knocks them off in overtime.
See your SEC, raise you MWC. Mountain West, we go BYU against TCU. Austin Ainge and Ola pass to Mike Rose. By the way, Eric Ainge, who's part of that family, blew his knee out for Tennessee. He's done for the spring. BYU won this one easily at 77-64. See, I got a little,
Well done.
football in there. And Wyoming Air Force, you figured Air Force, right? Well, Brandon Ewing missed the foul shot, but still gave Wyoming a 5-point lead. And then Brad Jones to Joseph Taylor. And well, what happened to Air Force? They're out 67-62 out of the tournament. Now they're the bubble. It's shaky. Ball field goal to beat UW. Huskies beat Arizona State Wednesday. First half, Washington up 2. Justin Dentman the steal, and he gives it to Quincy Pondexter. That's teamwork. Washington up 4. Right before the end of the first half, Ryan Appleby, great name for clubs that they have the Apple Cup. Washington, Lorenzo Romar's club up by 4 at half. We got an upset going. Robbie Cowgill finished with 14. Coach Bennett's club's got the lead, and Taylor Rochesty makes sure that keeps it. He's got 20, and Washington State wins it 74-64 is your final. Just their third Pac-10 tourney win ever. So
He wins, but can't afford to lose early in the A-10. Under a minute left in overtime, they're down by 5. Let's make that 2. James Life hits a big 3. Then Kevin Lish bringing it up court. Tommy Lydell, he throws it over to him, but he's called for the backcourt violation. UMass ball. Chris Lowe drives. Lydell, the steal. He's fouled. Had a game-high 24. Made 1 of 2 free throws, so UMass needs a 3 to tie. And Gary Forbes gets a look, and no. The 2 seed, yeah, that about sums up the feeling in Amherst. St. Louis, the only low seed to move on. And even without my favorite basketball player of all time, Pops Mensah-Bonsu, Carl Hobbs and GW moves on to face the Billikens. Billikens won their only matchup during the regular season. Xavier, the 1 seed, they cruise on to face Rhode Island. They met once during the regular season, and Xavier beat the Rams by 26.